Hey everybody, Cinis here, bringing you a new Monster Train Speedrun World Record. This one is for the any percent seeded category using Sketch's Shadow Siege. And it's a time of 4 minutes and 9 seconds. Most of the reason why this particular seed is faster over the 423 seed you've seen previously on my channel is that the fight RNG, not the out-of-combat RNG getting Shadow Siege and getting upgrades, but the fight RNG is better. In fact, this run doesn't actually have any Shadow Sieges with Quick in it. So no Shadow Siege after the first fight, but the Shadow Siege that I use for most of this run comes from the second fight after an Armor Emblem trial. And for this trial, after running this seed unseeded, came to the realization that I shouldn't play Penumbra at all until Relentless, because then I can play him down and kill the boss outright, where otherwise he would die very early on. So with that, add fast skips, and I can get the Shadow Seed within about a minute. And then it's on to Daedalus, and here's where the first bit of the fight RNG comes into play. I'm able to get multi-strike on floor 3, and that means if Daedalus shows up on the second floor, he's dead. And after entering the fight, we can see he's on the second floor, and since the bomb goes first, he dies. That is pretty much the perfect fight. So I skip everything and take energy as normal. And then we've got a dupe and a remove together, which is what we want. So I dupe and then purge 2 train stewards. So now my Shadow Sieges are guaranteed to both appear on the second floor. And move on, and this is a bit of bad fight RNG, but it's not as bad as in previous runs. So since there are a bunch of clipped conduits in this fight, I have to torch them out to make sure they don't skip the Shadow Sieges entirely. Although this isn't that different from the previous seed, in which I had to torch out a bunch of clergymen, other than that there are just fewer torches. Obviously, Shade Splitter is a mistake here, but it's not a huge one, cost me maybe half a second. And after 3 full attempts of this seed, all with a couple of minor mistakes, all of the world records I tried to set were just 409, 3 times in a row. So I'm just going to leave it there for now, I think. And maybe I'll revisit the seed or even find another one when I have time. So here's Fight 5, and it's the first of the just end turn sort of source of fights. The fact that I don't have Quick makes the animations a little slower here than they would otherwise be. But Super Ultra Speed makes it not too bad. Again, Crystal Cloak isn't the greatest here, but it's okay, and there are a lot worse fights in this area that you can see, like the Penance fight is especially bad, and I didn't see that here. So I'm happy to see just Crystal Cloak. That's not a huge worry of mine. So now I've got enough damage to kill Fel in 1 turn, the first time she shows up on my floor. Which actually is turn 2 rather than turn 3 like it was in the previous seed. So that's another time save. Again, good fight RNG that I hadn't otherwise seen. And then just head on through. So this is Seraph the Chaste, which is, I think, probably the best Seraph for this particular run. And the reason why is that Seraph the Chaste doesn't apply sap, which means you can kill Seraph with 3 Shadow Sieges with multi-strike, which is what I have here. Against Seraph the Temperate, you can't kill with 3 multi-strike Shadow Sieges unless you have a way to get rid of the light wings he spawns in the front. And the extra nice thing about Temperate and Chaste is because the Shadow Sieges are spawned in before Seraph does his first blast of any floors, and I don't actually need to duplicate it. That's the beauty of Chaste. Because Seraph does his blast after the Shadow Siege is spawned in, he will always blast the second floor and show up there, which means he's dead. And that's the run. It is a time of 4 minutes 9 seconds, which I'm really happy with. That means it's both faster than Slay the Spire's seeded category by a full 5 seconds, and faster than the previous Monster Train world record by 14. So if you enjoyed this run, please do like and subscribe, and if you didn't, comment down below with how I can improve, and have a good one. Bye.